Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still with you, and we're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by our guest, Dr. Ibrahim Helal, Professor of Engineering at Ain Shams University. Dr. Ibrahim, a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Most welcome.
Thank you very much for joining us, Doctor.
Okay, thanks.
Right, Doctor, now this Decent Life initiative is a very important initiative undertaken by the President himself, and it is really a national project that is witnessing the participation of several state agencies and institutions, as well as the private sector and the civil society sector. Let's talk a bit about the main features of this project in your opinion, Doctor, the importance of shedding light on the Decent Life initiative, specifically with all the services that it is providing Egyptian citizens.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, this initiative actually has different aspects which may be different from other projects or other initiatives.
Yes.
Because actually it focuses on the poor section of the population, and it takes consideration or serious consideration, especially for the rural area and the villages and all these areas,
yes,
which has been for a long time not entertaining the same privileges as the cities. So it creates a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
It hikes up the standard of living for these areas which has been deprived for a long time.
Yes.
From a high standard of living. So it's actually one of the best initiatives that has been taken in this direction, and the reflection will cover at least 50% of the population,
yes,
of Egypt who are living in these villages and these areas.
Absolutely. Doctor, let's talk a bit about the Decent Life initiative. How do you see it helping, in upgrading the level of infrastructure and really boosting the quality of human development services, which are some of the most strategic objectives of this project?
Yeah, it's, the sanitary, projects for the infrastructure, which is, if you look to about 5,000 villages in our country.
Yes.
A lot of these, villages are deprived from, being, having, a very healthy way of drainage and sanitary and public utilities for sewage and all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
So this has been, taken a significant part of this initiative. Also, the canals and water, channels. And this also will reflect in saving a lot of water in our country because of this,
yes, very important.
tiling these canals,
yes,
and having upgrading the level of these canals will also in this crisis of water that we are
yes,
hearing everywhere now.
Yes,
is another advantage that we are
an important advantage. Yes, Dr. Ibrahim, just before we run out of time, I wanted to ask you how this Decent Life initiative also has other dimensions related to, for example, job opportunities, job creation or employment creation for Egyptian youth in different sectors all around the country. How important is this in terms of economic development as a whole of the country?
The sector of contracting and
yes,
infrastructure business, it touches a lot of labors and business chances for the people in trading and working and opportunities for labor and engineering and all these kinds of stuff. So I think the benefit of any contracting business
yes,
reflects on a major and significant number of people, because it touches this a big chunk of the population in the country. So the economic reflection will be touched and filled out by lots of of people who are related to these kinds of projects.
Yes, right. Also, we've seen President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi announcing the allocation of 200 billion Egyptian pounds for each phase of the Decent Life National Project to develop the countryside. How many phases will the project last, and when is it expected to be finalized on the ground?
Excuse me, would you repeat how many what?
Yes, I was asking you, Doctor, how many phases are expected for this Decent Life Initiative project? When is it expected to be completed in the different locations of the Egyptian countryside?
I mean, the exact data for that is not available with me at the time, but we can see lots of movements that has been carried out in the directions, and you can feel it in somewhere. But I mean, the exact numbers or the exact percentage are not available at the time. But we just, 2 weeks back or 3 weeks back, His Excellency, Mr. President, has visited, an exhibition and opened an exhibition for the companies and, industries who are participating in this initiative.
Yes, absolutely.
And we all heard about that. I mean, serious moves are being taken by the government and His Excellency, the President himself, and we can feel that, but I mean the exact percentage and the numbers are not available.
Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Ibrahim Helal, a Professor of Engineering at Ain Shams University. Thank you so much, Doctor, for your time. And ladies and gentlemen, a short break, and we'll be right back to continue. Do stay tuned.